Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Here we go, baby. Welcome to the Thursday KVJ After the Show podcast.
Yeah!
That's right, baby. Yeah. All righty, let's see here. Always send us your emails, mail at kvjshow.com. People kind of let us know some things to clear up some loose ends from the regular broadcast. Hopefully you just listened to if you're checking it out on podcast. I had mentioned earlier the party line when we were talking about new advances and what the old party line was when we used to actually have just home phones, which nobody has anymore. I forgot what that was, and I'd heard of it, and somebody said, Kev, the party line was actually when multiple houses shared the same phone line. You could literally pick up the phone and you would hear your neighbors' conversations.
Ooh.
I grew up out in the country and we had a party line.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I don't want other people hearing my conversation.
That's probably where I heard of. We never had anything like that. I mean, I did live out in the sticks, but, it wasn't that bad. But there was probably some people that I knew that had that lived out in the country. I technically was a townie. I lived in town, so.
It's funny because when Jemmy from KVJ Nation called in and she said there was one kid at her school that had that private line, my school had the same thing, and it was such a big deal.
That kid was fancy.
Well, he was rich as shit, first of all, and he was very fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Always had the best parties. They always had the best snacks.
Let me see here. Somebody text in sent this email. Says, the other day you guys were talking about being a good person versus a bad person. They write, I am a Christian, but I also enjoy smoking pot, which is why I'm looked down upon, which makes me feel guilty, and I don't enjoy it as much. But if I go drink, then it's no big deal. I'd love to hear a response to this in the Godcast. I hate feeling like I'm doing something wrong, but is it just because it is wrong?
Well, that's my point where we have all these man-made rules within a religion. I'm not saying what religion, but within a religion. You can drink, and that's cool, but you can't smoke. Those are man-made rules right there.
Yeah, that's a really good topic for the Godcast, because that's really what it tackles. It tackles that we've got all these things that we think are right in our minds, but let's break them down and say, okay, really, is this man saying this, or is this according to, what you believe in your religion? And
because when you break it down, God made plants. Marijuana's a plant.
Oh,
so, hey.
You sound like every pothead I've ever heard argue.
I've been hanging out with Denny's way too much.
Man, God makes the plants. God gives you the ability to make a bong. So how can a bong be wrong?
Exactly. Let me see here. Other stuff we got going on. Somebody pointed this out to me, that the U.S. government is now warning Americans not to travel to 5 different states in Mexico.
Where are we with your Mexican trip?
I'm not going. I'm
okay.
not.
All right.
Okay, so that's done.
And you really were on my ass about not going.
I'm glad Ann spoke up.
Yeah. They said that the drug cartel activity is just too much. They have no control over these regions. They don't even run them. So you're pretty much at the mercy of the cartel, and they don't care about nothing. And either that, or you're going to step into their trafficking routes or into where they're actually growing their products.
I wonder how bad it really is, because everything on TV, if you're doing a documentary about that stuff, you're going to find the worst case scenarios. How prevalent is the violence and the murder in Mexico? Is it as bad as they say?
Yeah, it is pretty bad. I think I just saw the headline, they'd strung up 12 headless bodies over an overpass the other day.
Jeez.
So I mean, it's just, it's lawless. It's just absolutely insane. That kind of stuff is
But is that
what's
something?
happening.
Does it happen every day where you're driving around? Oh, there's another dead body. I mean, how often
Yeah, I think
does this
so.
happen?
I think there's a lot. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty frequent. Yeah, it's stuff that to us, it'd be pretty stunning and shocking.
12 in one day over an overpass. That's all I have to see, and I am so getting out of there.
Oh, I get spooked if I just see a shoe on the street. I'm like, oh, what happened to that person's foot?
Yeah.
Yeah, how does one go about losing a shoe and then not go to retrieve it?
I've lost some shoes, so I can kind of speak on that. But it makes you think, did somebody get hit and they left the shoe there?
Right.
Yeah, so they do a lot of stuff, and it's pretty nasty. Like I said, the only thing I know about is just my wife's family, and I think people that could afford to get out, and they actually were one of the richer families in that area. In an area they told me, I think it's called Chihuahua. It's just kind of like on the other side of the border from El Paso.
Chihuahua.
And they had a really nice house, and it got so bad that they just had to abandon the house, and they took off into the U.S., and I think the cartel moved into their house.
What?
Yeah, took it over.
So is all of Mexico like this?
It's mainly they listed 5 different states or areas in Mexico that are the worst. So I don't think it's like, the same everywhere, but yeah, where there are...
Because everyone's got a bad area where violence is going down.
Yeah.
I know, but there's not like cartel squatters that come to your fancy house and say, it's our house now, and run you out of town.
And I think the difference of the cartels, listen to this story. How often do we here in America have, like, imagine if, for instance, a bad part of South Florida overran Palm Beach, ran them out, took their homes, and said, you guys are out of here, and murdered the rest of them. That'd be kind of a big deal. And I think that's a little bit more like what you would possibly see in Mexico. And like, where's the government? Where's somebody going to stand in? And those kind of things like going, no one's going to defend me? Nope. Because police are paid off and government officials and everybody else. It's like, works for us.
I saw one of those documentaries where the guy, when they're interviewing him, he's got the bandana over his face pretty much. So you can only see his eyes. And he was just going on and on saying, a lot of us don't want to do this drug game. We don't want to be in the cartel, but we can't find any other jobs. And it was almost making himself like he's the victim. There's no other opportunity that he has to do this.
I mean, there's probably part of it. I mean, that's probably, and there's probably a lot of people in the cartel that don't want to be doing what they're doing, especially
it's a little stressful.
Yeah, it's a little stressful.
Is there always a choice, though?
Well, there's a choice. You could die, possibly. I mean, there are probably a lot of people that are in there at fear for their life, and that's the only reason why they're in the cartel doing what they're doing, because if they don't, then they'll be killed. So, yeah, I mean, your choice would be like, you know what? I would rather die than to do these awful things. And a lot of people have made those choices, and those are the bodies that you see hanging off an overpass.
Yeah, those are the guys who tried to leave.
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah. So
those guys turned in their resignation, and it wasn't accepted.
Yeah. I
that would suck, man. Like people that they have guns and they're powerful and they're making you do something.
Well, don't tell me what happens at the end of season 3 of Narcos, but I'm in it right now where that one guy is trying to leave. He wants to go start a legitimate security firm with his wife supporting him, and he's so integral with the cartel that they don't want him to leave. And I don't know how it ends out for him, but I have a feeling they're setting the stage for something really bad.
Yeah, you see how tough it is.
Yeah, that guy, they're not letting him go.
Well, and then...
And if he leaves, what are they going to do? String him up on an overpass?
Right, and trying to get out is that tricky. And sometimes you think like the U.S. government, whoever it might be, has your back to protect you, and then all of a sudden like going, we can't do anything, unfortunately. And you're like, oh, wait, I'm on my own. It's like me versus the cartel running from them, and like they can get me anywhere.
That's scary.
Those stories have happened as well. Yes, well documented, some stories like that. So... yeah, where they're just like, okay, I thought the government was going to take care of me. No, you're kind of on your own. You're like, screw it. And then they wind up dead pretty quick. So, well, we talked earlier about monkeys infected with the Hep B causing problems in Florida.
Hep or herp?
Herp. Sorry. Hep C and then Herp B. Yeah, well, now there's something else to worry about. Bears.
They got gonorrhea?
No, luckily no STDs with the bears. They'll just maul you. A guy in Naples needed 41 stitches in his face.
Oh, my gosh.
And here's why all of a sudden you got to start worrying. Bears have never attacked before in South Florida. He's the first victim of a bear attack. So all of a sudden, bears are pissed off, too.
Well, that's because all those iguanas were getting all that publicity last week. They're a little pissed.
I mean, my gosh, yeah. This guy let his dog out. Dog comes running back in. And he's like, and he looks up and then gets swiped in the face by a bear's paw.
Oh, my gosh.
He said there were 3 bears total. Each of them were about 5 feet tall. And he's got a big old claw mark right across his face.
There was 3 bears?
Yeah, 3 little bears.
Was it a mama bear, a papa bear, and a baby bear?
Yes.
Did they have porridge?
Yes, that's what they're looking for.
Was it one too hot, one too cold, and one just right?
Is this story real?
It is, yeah.
Could you imagine camping and all of a sudden you hear a bear outside your tent and it's trying to get in there?
That's why you don't camp. I mean, I don't want to be in the wilderness.
Yeah.
I'm too much of a giant vagina. I'm afraid of everything. I don't like wild animals.
There's another video of these people driving down this road, and it looked like a lion. It grabs onto the car and wouldn't let go of the car.
Were they at Lion Country Safari?
No, I think, but it did look like it was an area where people are able to drive.
Like a drive-through safari where the lion?
I don't know if it was.
You're not supposed to be able to drive past the lion.
I don't know if it was a safari. I think it was just an area where wild shit lives there, but it was heavy populated, and yeah, man, this lion just fucking would not let go of the back tire of the you know how some cars have a tire on the back of their
like the spare.
it wouldn't let go of that thing.
I'd peel out. If a lion's trying to get in your car,
Be exciting a little bit though. A little.
I don't know. I don't need that kind of rush.
No,
I'm good.
It's the year of adventure, Virginia.
Not for me. I'm gonna watch you guys.
Yeah, they say that this guy needed 4 hours of surgery to get 41 stitches.
Ugh.
Yeah, just like, what just happened? It's crazy stuff. Now, Jaybird had a question about plumber etiquette. He has this plumber comes by his house, but the plumber apparently gets a little too comfortable too quick.
I had to step out for like 15 minutes. I told him I was coming back. When I got back, he put my TV on, and he helped himself to some of my candy. And he didn't ask. I wasn't offended, but I was just kind of weirded out. So my TV was off. I leave. I come back 15, 20. He had put my TV on, and he had eaten some of my candy.
That's weird.
That's weird,
Yeah.
right? I thought
Do
that
you
was
know this guy?
No, but he was talking to me like he might have listened to our show. I don't know. I didn't ask him, but he was talking to me like he had, I don't know, like very familiar, but I had never met him before.
That's weird.
It was weird. I thought
And
it
it's
was
unprofessional.
I wasn't mad, but I did want to bring that in, saying I thought that was a little weird. Not even with the candy, just putting the TV on. The TV on was bizarre.
I'm surprised that, first of all, they would do that, because I would think that every single company out there that has anyone making house calls would sit them down and say, look, here's the thing. Like, you don't get too comfortable. You're in there for a job. You do this, you do that. Like, even saying, look, if someone offers you a water, the best thing for you to do, turn down anything, because you don't know what's going on with that food. Don't eat anyone's food. Don't get too comfortable. Don't sit on their couch. Don't take a dump on their toilet. You got to go to the bathroom, drive, to a convenience store or something like that. Excuse yourself and say, I'll be back. That would be it. If I ran a business like that, I'd be going, look, this is the way we got to do. Otherwise, you're going to have weird situations, problems. People aren't going to like it.
Well, my candy is out for people to eat it, I
for
guess.
your guests to take,
But
not for the handyman.
Well, you do have to open it up, actually. It's in like a thermos kind of a vase-looking thing where it's sealed. So you have to go open it up. You have to go in there, grab the candy.
Are you sure you didn't say anything to him like, help yourself?
I definitely did not. I mean, not that I wasn't against it. I mean, I would have. I just had to run out really quick.
Yeah, that's sketchy. I don't know.
Even if I said help yourself, putting the TV
That's
on.
why, yeah, I would even tell them, like, even if you're offered, to be like, no thanks, hey, I appreciate it, be real nice.
I just wanted to
But
see if you guys thought it was weird.
Yes.
Okay.
It is, without a doubt. Definitely a little bit off. So there you go. All righty, well, that is going to do it for us here today. You got anything you'd like to get on the After the Show podcast, just send us an email. Easy to do, mail@kvjshow.com. And don't forget to sign up for the KVJ Volunteer Army team that we're putting together to walk next Saturday for the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure that is going to be going on downtown West Palm Beach. We'll be out there Saturday morning. If you'd like to sign up for our team to go out there to support the fight against cancer and breast cancer, then you can just go to the website, kvjshow.com. We'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.